is good fat.
Bul is fire and gogi is meat, so it's fire meat.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not that spicy.
That's what she said.
She was born in the outskirts of Seoul to an American GI and a young Korean woman. He was born in Alsace, France, land of pork and cabbage. She was put up for adoption at 3 and then lovingly raised in Virginia by her new family. He was 16 when he began his apprenticeship. She found her birth mother when she was 19. He came to America and became one of the world's greatest chefs. They fell in love and married over a decade ago. Now, Jean-Georges and Marja return to her birthplace to chronicle the tastes and traditions of Korea. These are the Kimchi Chronicles.
In Korea, cows have historically been considered symbolic creatures, not a source of food. Their spiritual presence had a lot to do with Buddhism flourishing in Korea under the Goryeo dynasty. Then, under the Joseon dynasty from 14 to 1900, Confucianism prevailed, and cows could only be eaten if sacrificed following strict religious rituals. All of this bovine spirituality, coupled with the fact that grazing lands are scarce in mountainous Korea, meant beef was food only for kings, nobility, and the moneyed. This, despite the fact that the Mongolian invasion in the 13th century left behind a taste for beef, barbecued over an open fire. But it would be another 700 years before the general population would get a chance to have that taste experience. Remarkably, it wasn't until the 1960s and 70s that beef went mainstream. Enter Korean favorites like bulgogi, thinly sliced prime cuts of ribeye that are marinated and grilled, or cooked traditionally in hot pans with noodles and broth. There's also kalbi, sliced short ribs that get marinated and grilled, just like bulgogi. And brisket sliced paper thin for chadolbagi, which is cooked for only seconds so that the supposedly healthy fat just has time to go from translucent to white. Some of the best barbecue is said to be found in Seoul. Korea's hyper-energetic capital was founded in 16 BC and became the capital of the Joseon dynasty in 1394. Today, the city and its outskirts are the world's second largest metropolitan area with a population of 24.5 million. That's a lot of appetites in one place, and Seoul's inhabitants are discerning beef eaters. Since it opened its doors in 1939, Hanilkwan, a restaurant in Seoul's Shinsadong neighborhood, has been famous for its beef. Nowadays, a sleek multi-floor restaurant, diners come to Hanilkwan for their bulgogi. My Korean food guru Diana Kang comes here with her family just about every Sunday.
We're actually at a restaurant where it's one of the few remaining restaurants that serve this way. It's a very old-fashioned, traditional way to have bulgogi.
For our all-beef extravaganza, I also invited Jennifer Flynn, an American food blogger who speaks Korean like a native and eats like one too. Bulgogi has a very literal term, which is...
Yeah, bul is fire and gogi is meat, so it's fire meat.
Nowadays, most people just grill their bulgogi. But at Hanilkwan, they do their meat in a copper pan that's said to resemble the battle helmets of Mongolian invaders. Here, they prepare bulgogi in the jungle style, which means the meat goes from plain barbecue to full-on stew, enriched with a flavorful beef broth and piled with mushrooms, scallions, and noodles. What cut of beef is this?
In this restaurant, they serve sliced ribeye.
Okay. The history behind this concept of thinly sliced beef was to stretch it.
But actually, this would have started out as very high-level court cuisine. The Mongolians brought a lot more meat eating to the Korean court when they took over. Because before that, Koreans, especially devout Buddhists, would have been primarily vegetarian.
Right.
And so you get a lot of this meat eating at court. It's also, meat is expensive.
Right.
So this would have been very high-class cuisine. It really wasn't until, say, the 70s and 80s that most Koreans could eat
Right.
beef on a regular basis.
You know, the best part about this bulgogi is the broth, and you can taste it.
Oh, it's so rich.
Isn't it good?
It's served, as always in Korean cuisine, with an array of banchan, the small side dishes with a variety of ingredients, flavors, and textures.
Of course, garlic always. And then the samjang is very good. You put a little bit of samjang on top.
And to add another layer to the meal, we wrap the cooked beef in lettuce and ginyip to form sams.
How many restaurants does John Schultz have now?
I think we're at 32 this year.
32.
But
Wow.
don't hold me to that because I can't keep count.
Sort of like the number of shoes you traveled with.
Exactly. Oh, you heard about that?
Well, a girl can't have too many shoes, can
That's
she?
what I say. Well, this is the best bulgogi I've ever had.
This is amazing bulgogi.
It's really good. A lot of garlic. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's got the perfect balance of salty sweet.
I haven't been here before, but I'm coming back because that was extraordinary.
For another transcendent bulgogi, it's worth the 3-hour drive from Seoul to Andong, known as the spiritual capital of Korea. While most make the trek for spiritual reasons, it was the bulgogi that drove me. Hahue Doenjang Maeu is a family business known for its homemade doenjang, fermented soybean paste that the family has been making for the last 600 years through 19 generations. Row after row, the 3,000 jangdeok are lined up like little soldiers in a doenjang army. And the math is impressive. Each pot of doenjang is worth about $1,800, which translates to a few million for the entire lot. Not bad for a bunch of old beans. We lunched with the matriarch of the family, the beautifully serene Young Hee-chung, whose face fully conveyed her happiness. My adopted cousin April and I joined her for a meal at bulgogi junggol. Potato noodles, lots of vegetables, chrysanthemum leaves, scallion. It was the homemade doenjang that made the bulgogi truly transcendent.
와가지고 이 전통을 받은 게 하회에서 받은 게 우리 19대 조상이 첫 번에 풍산에 터를 잡았어. 풍산 터를 잡아가지고 살아보니까 터가 안 좋다고. 그래서 저 산이 저게 화산이래요. 화산 저 높은 데이 저게 영산성은 뒷산이 화산에 저 조서 물이 요래 돌아가 이 동네를 요래 나가 물 그래 물 하자 돌아갈 회짜래. 뭐 그 하회래 하회. 오케이.
ready.
이 국물이요, 국물.
물 붓고 간장 요것도 짜면.
That's really good. You don't even need meat with this soybean paste. It's delicious. It's kind of reminiscent of miso, but more flavorful. And I couldn't get over Grandmother Chung's youthful appearance and wonderful energy, which she attributed, of course, to lots of doenjang, as well as lots of vegetables and a healthy dose of soju. My kind of girl. She also seems to favor huge amounts of raw garlic tucked into sams that she continuously fed April and me. So subtle, here we go with the garlic again. Back in Seoul, there's Chadoljip, an unassuming restaurant in the Shinsadong neighborhood, which has been called the Peter Luger of Korea. It's distinguished by the high quality of their brisket. Super thin slices of brisket are the base of chadolbagi, another favorite Korean beef dish. The meat is grilled only for a few seconds, just enough time for the fat to barely turn white.
Not bad.
It's not fat?
It's a good one.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was such thing as good fat.
If it's bad,
And then there's Korea's prized homegrown beef, hanwoo. Hanwoo can be pricey, but it holds its own with the top beef from around the world. Joining me was my friend and TV executive, Hee Jun-cho, and his colleague, Hyun Mo-an, an anchorwoman. We got to talking about the youngest generation of Koreans. They've grown up with beef as part of their day-to-day life. You know, I really love places where you can cook your own food.
Maybe you should call it CIY, like DIY.
Cook it yourself? And what do you eat this with? Do you do the same? You dip it in the
you,
sauce?
you can go either way, with the sauce or
It's your
salt.
Personal preference. That's good. It's delicious. It's just dripping. It melts in your mouth. Oh, I love looking at that charcoal. It's great.
in old time, up until 70s, beef is more like for the upper class.
Right.
Class
Symbol of
affluence.
Right. Right.
But right now it's more like a very common. Huge change from
I know.
60s and 70s.
Because we were always under the rule of the Japanese people. I think in our DNA we have the character of we always have to win, we always have to
Right.
overcome.
Right, and better ourselves.
Stronger hands.
Yes. Would Han be a good word to?
Han,
Would that be a good word to?
in his generation, that was Han. But now, in our generation, it's more of confidence.
Right.
So-
Well said.
Yeah, Han has changed to
Confidence. Okay. All right. So we've had beer, we've had soju. Now we're going to have.
Makgeolli.
Makgeolli.
This is a kind of rice wine.
And this is made out of white rice.
Rice. Try this one.
Love the color. Here's to Korean
Okay.
barbecue. Koreans love it. Americans love it. I'm going to continue to eat it, and thank you for bringing me here.
Konbae.
Yay. It's nice. For kalbi, sliced and grilled short ribs, we return to Hanilkwan, where the meat cooks in a matter of just a few minutes.
It's a short rib.
Yeah,
And you
it's
still
amazing.
have the bone attached to the beef part
It's
of it.
sliced so thinly, and that bone is clean as a whistle.
Yeah.
Wow.
After you cook it, you can actually, they'll gnaw the last bit off the bone.
Yeah. I'm
It's
sure
got
it'll be.
so much flavor.
Yeah, it'll be nice and caramelized.
But there's
Delicious.
two cuts of kalbi in Korea. There's this, which is the more traditional one called
Right.
kalbi. And then there's another one where you actually get the bone this way. That's called LA kalbi.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of explanations for why it's called that.
Right.
One explanation says that it originated in Los Angeles.
Right.
The other one says that the LA stands for lateral cut.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, that looks
Amazing. Look at that coloring. It's amazing. Do you think I could get the secret recipe for this marinade?
그 양념을 뭐를 하셨는지 알려주실 수 있으세요?
I see the look on the face. It's a no. Onions and mushrooms get grilled alongside, and everything gets cut with scissors and then wrapped in lettuce with pickled radish, raw garlic, and samjang, a mix of red pepper and soybean pastes.
How do you like it with the radish?
It's really good. I've never had it
Kind
that
of
way.
adds the
I like it.
tartness to it, doesn't
Yeah. You get this little burst of flavor there.
It's delicious.
We're doing kalbi
Right.
as well, which is typically this is the Korean cuts.
That's a traditional Korean cut.
So you have the bone and the way they cut it, they roll it out.
I see.
And you don't find it that often in Korean restaurants now, just because it's kind of difficult to do that cut.
Yeah.
So this is the American cut because I think the butcher here are not as skilled. So they cut it straight on the bone.
Yeah.
Right.
But actually, it's nice to eat because you can hold it by the bone and
We eat it all
see.
the time.
you see the
Really?
Yeah, it's great. Mm.
Nice.
similar marinade: ginger, garlic, sugar, soy sauce,
There you go.
onion,
7 Up. I just love that.
Asian pear, yeah, on some the alcohol, shoju. So we're gonna blend it again.
What
No,
is
this goes actually on top of the beef.
Later.
Done.
Oh,
This
you
started.
clean too? You are
great.
fired.
I'm an actor. I've been in restaurants as long as he has.
He did the dishes the first time he came to my mother's for dinner. My mother said, marry him.
Really? Babe, you haven't done the dishes ever. Not even a dishwash load.
No?
Come on,
remember
you
something.
must have at the
I
beginning.
did.
Never.
So we're gonna pour that marinade on top of the beef. If you wanna add the sesame seeds on the scallion.
I still like
Go,
washing
yeah.
the dishes in the restaurant.
Really?
I did it for about 2 months, like a game. And that when it gets really busy, like between 8:30 and 9:30, and they're shoving in plates, you're like, come on, and everyone's yelling, so play the music loud. You'd like it.
How long will we marinate this one?
Well, this one would be marinated
What
overnight.
you said, how long have we been
I
married?
know, I thought it was a how long have you been married?
Well, I know you didn't say that.
Alright, on here we are. A couple days after. Or
The next
One
day.
day.
Next day.
So this is overnight.
should we
Alright.
start cooking?
Yep.
Yeah. Steak
cut
looks
you a couple
amazing.
steaks here. There we go.
Oh, nice thick. Good.
Ooh.
Look at this.
Good.
So this is a wagyu from
Just a little bit of salt from there.
from your country.
Fantastic.
Salt, pepper. There we go. There we go.
That's chili.
Careful now.
Good. Where are you going? Marsha, you want to put a bit of sesame oil into the pan? All right. I think there's enough fat in the beef. And now we're gonna grill some of those, guys. Maybe one of those.
Fantastic.
So with that beef, we're thinking about doing kimchi butter. So we're gonna put the butter into the bowl. We're gonna smash it with some chopped kimchi.
Smash.
And then some juice of the kimchi. We'll just mix it up. I got some refrigerator already.
Ah, prepared before.
See that?
I thought the French used a lot of butter.
I know. I think we can flip the big steak over there, Marsha.
Okay, go, Deb, go.
Like what we're cooking here. This is all traditional?
This is traditional, and this is something we put together.
This is your thing, right?
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's good. And then you roll it in a piece of plastic.
Ah.
And then we're just gonna cut a slice on
And put the slice on top.
on top of the steak.
Can you guess how many ounces one of those takes up?
They're probably 12 ounces.
Didn't he?
Right. So that's what I have to have every 2 hours. 12 ounces of meat.
Every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
Right now. That's your diet.
Yeah, that's my diet.
Oh,
So,
my goodness.
yeah.
Flip him?
Deb, flip.
On the flipper.
Yes. That looks
Nice,
good.
Love the sizzle.
Me too. So in Korea, typically this particular kalbi would be eaten more well done, not medium
Right.
rare like
Okay.
we like to eat in the States.
Yeah.
When's there going to be a Jean-Georges restaurant in Korea?
Oh, maybe one day. Or maybe a Korean
MV.
restaurant in New York.
Right?
An MV restaurant.
Hey, that
Yeah,
would work.
envy.
Come on.
I'm waiting. Thank you, Hugh. Putting in our vote here.
And these? These look great.
Oh, that looks good.
Ooh.
That's nice. Then maybe we're gonna cut a slice of the butter. It's like a compound butter. So we have the kimchi butter melting on top of the steak. Perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
You're right.
already there.
Already there.
Yum.
This kimchi was good with it. It was good.
How's it with the butter? Rich. Delicious.
Marsha?
Oh,
See?
Perfectly cooked.
really beautiful.
That's amazing.
It's really
Taste some steak?
Wagyu beef, delicious.
Taste
This is Australian beef.
Really good.
Yummy?
So, surprisingly enough, I've got a very odd utensil that I love to use in my kitchen. I use it all the time. Scissors. Kitchen scissors. And Koreans love to use scissors in the kitchen. It just saves time, and especially with meat, you're trying to, serve a lot of people at one time. You've got these long strips, so it's just easier to cut it like that. Are you going to be able to eat that, Oscar? Okay.
You like spicy?
He's very adventurous with his food.
And then you're gonna wrap it up like this. Marsha is much better than me.
You love it?
Yummy?
You know the weird thing they do with Korean food is they shove it all in at once.
Having a full mouth and slurping is considered perfectly fine. It's a compliment to the chef. If you slurp your food and stuff your mouth, go Deb.
Thank you.
Oh man.
Is that the way to do it? Yeah.
I like the scallion salad with it. It's delicious.
Yeah, right?
I don't know if I can do it all in one go like you, darling.
Well, it'd be rude not to try, wouldn't
It would be really rude not to try.
it? Oh, look.
Okay, here we are together.
Minuscule.
Wait, I got
No,
to feed you.
yeah.
Hold
It's a
on.
morsel.
Okay, Jean-Georges, you and I. Ready?
Come on, babe. Yes. Right, I'm joining the full mouth club.
Maybe not on national television.
There's mine.
Good flavor. Good flavor.
Oh, good.
Love it.
That beef is so good. I have to actually confess something. When we moved into the building, we knew you've always been one of our favourite chefs. We hadn't learnt about your fantastic cooking yet, but I did say to Oscar, make sure you make friends with Chloe and get invited for dinner. So now we've experienced this, we'll be coming down a lot more often.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I've been smelling your food for years, and it's so nice to actually taste it. It's perfect. It's beautiful.
I feel so happy to be able to share a little bit of myself with you guys through the food, and I hope you enjoy it and you guys get a little more adventurous, and I'm bringing you a bucket of kimchi tomorrow.
We'll make you a pavlova.
Thank you guys.
Thank you,
I really
Rebecca.
appreciate it. One last cheers.
Cheers. Come back.
Cheers.
Come
Bye.
Oh, that's good.
Koreans aren't exclusive to barbecue when it comes to beef. Less expensive cuts are often used to flavor and fortify soups and stews. Slightly pricier cuts like short ribs are braised and even served for breakfast, sort of like the Korean spin on steak and eggs. Overlooking the beach in the Westin Chosun Busan Hotel, my friend the actress Heather Graham and I did the hearty beef breakfast of champions thing, under the tutelage of the lovely Diana, where we shared each other's big portions of galbitang and yukgaejang.
I didn't eat anything, so I could really eat a lot today.
Dig
Really,
into this
yeah.
Korean breakfast, which I happen to love, and every time I come to Korea, I don't think I see a croissant or a piece of bread for breakfast.
So that's
you know what I mean?
healthier, right? People are eating
Absolutely.
vegetables for
Right.
breakfast. That's
Heather, you're having the beef short rib soup, and it has dates and ginseng to actually balance the beef. So it's
Right.
really good for you, right?
I love dates.
And Marcia, you're having the beef
Yukgaejang.
spicy, right?
Yukgaejang.
Yukgaejang soup.
Which is also known as a hangover cure as well.
Right.
Thanks
So
to
did you-
you last night.
Wow. Did you guys go crazy last night?
Yes, well, not too much.
Well, not too much.
And then, of course, you know, a meal would not be complete without kimchi. So even though it's breakfast, we have kimchi. And this is, by the way, scallion pancake with shrimp and
Oh, it's got
seafood.
shrimp in there.
Right.
What are those red things?
There is little peppers, but it's not that spicy.
That's what she said.
Spiciness is
for it.
Scallion pancakes are the best.
They are.
Oh, it is spicy though.
This is good.
We don't think it's spicy, right? I'm a wuss. Okay, so if people are eating this much at breakfast, what do they eat at lunch? They eat this much at lunch?
Yes.
Wow.
So we Koreans
I
believe
like
that
these
having rice and kimchi at every meal is a must. And then, of course, you balance it out with vegetables. Obviously, it takes too much time to prepare breakfast early in the morning like this.
This is a lot of work, right?
So young people are switching to, you know, toast and cereal.
Right.
Once you get hooked on this type of breakfast, I think you need to have it all the time.
Do you guys want to try this soup?
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna
good.
try
Here.
it.
Also, what is this thing though?
It's ginseng root.
Oh, and
ginseng will
vitality?
give you, yes, ginseng will clarify your body and also give you
Oh,
strength.
good. I know. I think this is my favorite.
We usually eat it when you're feeling a little bit weak. It's like our
It's like
Korean
chicken
chicken
soup,
soup.
yeah.
You know, so when
That's a
you're feeling kind of
comparison.
sick, your mother will always make you short rib soup.
Is there a region in Korea that is famous for yukgaejang, this brisket soup?
It's supposed to represent sort of Korea, that it has the mountain vegetables from different parts of Korea. It has the beef.
I want to try yours.
Just be careful, don't take a big
Is that
slurp.
really, really spicy?
This is
Am I
very
gonna be-
spicy as well. But brisket soup usually was sort of a commoner's soup.
Oh,
Because
really?
it was not royal family recipe.
Here, let me try
Very
yours.
spicy.
Sure.
Beef was for wealthy people, but brisket soup, you don't really require a lot of beef. So you actually have noodles and a lot more vegetables and scallion in it than beef. It's only recently that you put in a lot more beef.
I think mine is amazing. I feel like I'm the only one just chowing down.
We're busy talking and explaining this. No, that's great. I'm glad you have such enthusiasm for it.
All right, now I feel very healthy and ready to just go and do fun things.
We need to take a jog after this so we can get ready for our...
Can be ready for lunch.
That's what I'm talking about. One final note. When John George and I fly to or from Korea, we have our standing routine. We both firmly believe that bibimbap is the single best meal to eat when flying. Forget soggy pasta or mystery meat. Bibimbap is the ticket. JG always passes me his to season and mix up before I can attack my own. The bibimbap manages to lull JG to sleep before I've even made a dent in mine. But no worries, when I've finished, I find myself a comfy position. Not all that mechanical. And make sure I wake up my husband before I go to sleep.